Arizona Cardinals off to the House of Denim. The San Francisco 49ers away. Time to see if Arizona can climb the proverbial Mount Everest.
But he's not going to run very far. He dropped the ball.
Beware, Niners Empire. No more hashtag cards for Caleb. This isn't Rocky versus Apollo or even Average Joe's Gym versus Globo Gym. The Cards played Giant Killers, or Cowboys Killers, last week. Why not take down another big boy this week?
And they did everything they needed to pull off this upset.
Let's take a loonies approach to this game. Grab your 40, let's get keyed, and put 5 on it. The 5 key battles that could determine if Arizona plays Ali and shooks up the world again. Number 1, according to Will Ferrell, as Dan Fouts, if the Cardinals can score more points than the 49ers, they could win this game. Okay, but to do that, first and foremost, you have to be able to stop the CMC music factor.
McCaffrey, how do you stop it?
Christian McCaffrey should make the Cardinals sweat. He scored a TD in 12 straight games. He can break some guy named Jerry's franchise record if he scores again this week.
I mean, every time he touches the ball, you hold your breath.
4.7 yards per carry or better in all 3 of their wins. He's the starting point to their offense, therefore should be the focal point of Arizona's defense.
Puts a lot of stress on that defense.
Seinfeld. It was Jerry Seinfeld. Cardinals play versus running backs. Rough in that win versus Dallas. Gave up 122 yards to Tony Pollard on over 5 a carry.
He's got 93 on just 13. That's a whole lot more like it.
Keep in mind, though, they won despite that. Number 2, Arizona can't let BCB's confidence get Eiffel Tower big.
What an anticipation throw from Brock Purdy.
Kenny will tell you what can happen if that happens. Purdy comes into this game after dropping 300 yards, 2 TDs, and a rating over 110 on New York last week.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, just a perfect fit into this scheme.
All that in less than 72 hours? Just imagine. Purdy has faced pressure 34% of his dropbacks. That's a little high, but here's what's interesting. Arizona didn't need pressure to slow Dak Prescott last week. Sub 20 is almost nothing, yet they held him to a sub 80 rating, only 1 touchdown allowed, only 6.2 an attempt, and picked him off.
That one's picked off! It's Kaiser White!
Number 3, connected to number 2, find a brick to help keep San Francisco's pass catchers in check. Debo went off last week. Samuel scored almost 130 yards, had that YGKTFO vibe to him.
They blitz and get burned.
YGKTFO? If you know, you know. Arizona also has to try and make George Kittle look like Greg again. Kittle went for 90 yards in week 3, his first big game of the young season.
It's so physical after the catch.
49ers hoping to have wide receiver Brandon Ayuk back too. He missed week 3. Number 4, find a way to at least 3 TDs against San Francisco's defense.
Just challenging them, trying to affect the timing. They know how quickly that rush can get in there.
Not saying 21 would be enough, but got to get there at least. San Francisco held the Steelers to 7 points, the Giants to 12 in week 3.
No chance.
The 49ers defense comes in with safety Talanoa Hufanga and cornerback Charvarius Ward leading a top-tier secondary. 0 issues handling Daniel Jones and company.
Intercepted by Talanoa Hufanga.
To give Joshua Dobbs a chance, Arizona's O-line has to keep San Francisco's pass rush at bay. Javon Hargrave got home once versus New York. Nick Bosa planted his first quarterback of 2023, so his green thumb is warmed up.
And that's Bosa's first sack of the season.
Bosa will chase Dobbs this week. He was sacked 2 times, pressured over 40% of the time, so the 49ers could pastor him.
And Dobbs is crunched.
But okay, Dobbs was pressured a bunch and sacked by a defense everyone was raving about. 9 yards per attempt, no picks, fatty 120 rate. Back-to-back games, he's dropped 99-plus rates.
As he lets it rip, and Hollywood Brown goes up top to catch it.
He's not putting up big yards, just timely ones. Hollywood Brown scored last week. He was Dobbs' top target.
And you've got a lot of quickness with Hollywood Brown.
Rookie Michael Wilson, 50-plus yards in week 2, then over 80 in week 3.
Michael Wilson, biggest play of his young career.
Number 5, get another big game from James Conner. He's their offensive star. Almost 100 yards on 7 yards per carry last week, and he scored. Back-to-back weeks over 95-plus yards for him. He's a big reason their offense has looked so good the last 2 weeks.
And there's James Conner ripping off another big run.
And the Niners have to be ready for everyone to toe took it. Wide receiver Rondale Moore scored on a 45-yard run, and Dobbs broke off a 44-yarder.
Dobbs, who ran for his first career touchdown last week.
49ers defense hasn't allowed 100 rushing yards, though, in a game yet.
Can he turn the corner? No, he cannot.
Got a lot more interesting after Arizona took down Dallas, saw Jacksonville lose to Houston at home. It's the NFL, man. Any given Sunday rings true. Get the comments section cooking with your thoughts. And remember, you can watch live games, NFL RedZone, NFL Network, and more on mobile on NFL Plus. Let's get to the panel of 10, none of whom picked Arizona last week.